Wild sexual practices in Himba tribe Africa. The Himba tribe is an indigenous people living in the Cunene region of northern Namibia. They are a semi-pastoral people who traditionally herd cattle and goats. The Himba population is estimated to be around 500,000 people. The Himba people speak a dialect of the Herero language, which is also spoken in other parts of Namibia. Cattle herding is an important part of Himba culture and tradition, with cattle being used for milk, meat, and other essential products. The Himba people are a community-based society, with decisions being made through a consensus-based process. Himba women are also known for covering their skin and hair with a mixture of butterfat and red ochre, which is believed to have cleansing and protective properties. Himba women wear traditional clothing that includes a skirt made from animal hide and a headdress adorned with braids and ornaments. Himba people place great importance on marriage, and family marriages are often arranged and polygamy is practiced. Himba people use traditional medicine to address various health issues, including those related to sexual health. Male circumcision is practiced among the Himba people, often as part of initiation rites. The Himba community often plays a role in matters related to sex and relationships, such as arranging marriages and providing guidance on fertility. Young Himba men and women undergo initiation rites that include teachings on sexuality and fertility. Himba people have a deep respect for their elders, who play an important role in guiding young people on matters related to sex and relationships. Sexual practices in the Himba tribe are shaped by their traditional customs and beliefs. Here are some of the wild sexual practices in Himba tribe. 1. Okujepisa Omukazendu. Okujepisa Omukazendu is a practice of offering a wife to a guest. It is the polyamorous sexual practice of hospitable wife sharing among the nomadic Over-Himba and Over-Zemba peoples of Namibia's Cunene and Omisati regions. According to the practice, a man welcomes a male guest, typically a family member or best friend, or even a stranger or tourist, to his home by allowing the visitor to sleep in the man's bed and have sex with his wife for the night, while the man sleeps in another hut or outside. The woman has little agency in the arrangement. The opposite arrangement, whereby a woman chooses a female friend for her husband to have sex with, exists, but is rare. Women surveyed in rural North Cunene reported that their husbands lend them to friends in hopes of later having sex with the friends' wives. The practice has been described as generations old, centuries old, and ancient. The practice's justifications include belief that it deepens friendship and prevents promiscuity and jealousy in both sexes. 3. Arranged marriage. Closely related to child marriage is arranged marriage. Arranged marriage is a common practice among the Himba people of Namibia. Arranged marriages are typically organized by the families of the bride and groom, with the goal of strengthening family ties and securing economic stability. The families engage in negotiations which may involve the exchange of cattle, goods, or other forms of compensation. The bride often has limited or no say in the arrangement, and her consent may not be required. The groom is often expected to provide bride wealth, which can include cattle, money, or other goods. The marriage ceremony typically involves traditional rituals and customs, including the exchange of gifts and the blessing of the union by elders. 3. Arranged marriage. Closely related to child marriage is arranged marriage. Arranged marriage is a common practice among the Himba people of Namibia. Arranged marriages are typically organized by the families of the bride and groom, with the goal of strengthening family ties and securing economic stability. The families engage in negotiations which may involve the exchange of cattle, goods, or other forms of compensation. The bride often has limited or no say in the arrangement, and her consent may not be required. The groom is often expected to provide bride wealth, which can include cattle, money, or other goods. The marriage ceremony typically involves traditional rituals and customs, including the exchange of gifts and the blessing of the union by elders. 4. Polygamy. Polygamy is a common practice among the Himba people of Namibia. Himba men are allowed to have multiple wives, with the number of wives often determined by the man's wealth and social status. The first wife is often considered the most important and is typically the wife who bears the most. Children's subsequent wives may be younger and are often chosen for their fertility and ability to bear children. Co-wives often live together in the same homestead and are expected to work together to manage the household and care for the children. Polygamy can provide economic benefits for the family, as multiple wives can contribute to the household income through farming and other economic activities. Polygamy is also seen as a symbol of social status and wealth, with men who have multiple wives being considered more prestigious. 5. Sexual education. Sexual education in the Himba tribe is primarily provided through traditional initiation rites and teachings from elders. Young Himba men and women undergo initiation rites that include teachings on sexuality, fertility, and marriage. Elders play an important role in providing sexual education to young people through stories, teachings, and guidance. Traditional practices such as polygamy and arranged marriages are often taught as part of sexual education. The Himba community often plays a role in providing sexual education, with community members providing guidance and support to young people. 6. Sexual initiation. Sexual initiation in the Himba tribe is a significant rite of passage for young men and women. Young Himba men and women undergo initiation rites that include teachings on sexuality, fertility, and marriage. During initiation, young people are often separated from their families and live in a secluded area where they receive teachings and guidance. Initiation rites include teachings on sexuality, fertility, and marriage, as well as guidance on how to navigate relationships and avoid sexually transmitted infections. Male circumcision is practiced among the Himba people, often as part of initiation rites. Sexual initiation for ladies involves that the girl leaves the village to a secluded place where she is taught and spiritually protected until her first menstruation. Initiation rites mark an important transition from childhood to adulthood, with young people being recognized as adults after completing the initiation process. In conclusion, these practices are part of their cultural heritage and identity. Thanks for watching. Please do like and subscribe for more.